rise. 4 out of 5 Americans are now teetering on either poverty or joblessness. President Obama says it's George W. Bush's fault and Congress's fault. On the other side of this break, I'll be joined by one of President George W. Bush's former economic advisors and business turnaround specialists. We'll see what he has to say. All right, welcome back, everybody. I'm Rick Amato. 4 out of 5 Americans now teeter on the edge of either poverty or joblessness. President Obama says that it's Congress's fault or George W. Bush's fault. And get this, folks, poverty rates among white Americans now exceed black Americans, not because poverty rates among blacks have gone down, but instead because poverty rates among whites have gone up. Now, as I say, President Obama says, well, that's that previous president. It's another guy. He also says you didn't build that business. He also says it's Congress's fault. Joining me this time is a former advisor to President George W. Bush and a business turnaround specialist, Kereakos Zuras. Kereakos, welcome to the show. I hope I didn't mispronounce your name too badly.
No, you did great. Thanks for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
All right. So give us, I said 4 out of 5 teetering on the edge of poverty or joblessness. Let's talk, first of all, how bad is it today in terms of economic insecurity?
It's really bad. We're seeing a mainstreaming of economic deprivation across the board. It's no longer a black or Hispanic issue the way we look at it. We spent $4 trillion. George Bush didn't do it. Mr. Obama did it. And we've got nothing for that. We've got 14.5% unemployment rate when you consider the U6 measure, not including the millions that have fallen out of the race for work and are no longer being counted by any measure. We've got high food costs, high fuel costs, high utility costs, high housing costs, and the unemployment is just knocking these numbers off the chart. So it's no wonder that we have such a high poverty rate.
All right, so
it's not.
Go ahead.
No, it's because we have so much unemployment. We've lost jobs in manufacturing. We've lost them to China. We've lost a lot of industry jobs, and this is where we're at today.
The Democrats, whether or not we agree or disagree with them, is one thing, but, politicians aren't stupid when it comes to getting reelected. They're not stupid. The Obama administration, the DNC must recognize that this is a real problem, not just for Americans, but for their own self-survival. What do you think? How do you think they're reacting to it? What do you think their antidote will be to solving this and solving what's been created here? You've sat in those inner circle conversations.
They're continuing to play the blame the Republicans for getting in the way of growth. But yet this administration and the Democrats have done nothing. They've blocked every measure that the Republicans put forth. They don't want to recognize anything. They're just playing the blame game. President Obama now is out there talking about, growing jobs and growing the middle class from the middle out. I mean, this is ridiculous. He's had 5 years. What has he done? Everything he's done has actually stalled the economy. And now we've got the debt ceiling coming up soon, and he's already trying to negotiate. Okay, we'll give you a lower corporate rate if you let me spend more money. And, this is not the answer. But he's also taken a position where he's kind of like he did all this, and now he's kind of stepping back, acting like he has nothing to do with it, and now he wants to cure the problem. That's what I find really alarming.
You find that alarming? Do you think that'll sell? It's been selling up until now. The media goes along. By and large, everybody at Fox News on television goes along. Those that are voters, unless they're really savvy, they kind of go along because that's what everyone says.
That's
right. Do you think that we're...
That's right.
Go.
No, he's a great marketer. That's what he does. He knows how to control the media. He knows how to use every opportunity that he gets. And most people are so busy working their 2 or 3 jobs trying to make ends meet that they get a very small chance to listen to any type of news. And when they hear the headlines, this parade of bogus scandals, phony scandals, they hear these lines, and that's what they believe because they don't have time or maybe not even the desire to really do the homework and look into the real issues. They get the sound bites, and that's what they go on. So he's an excellent marketer. I've always said that, and I've always said the Republicans are the most horrible communicators and messengers that we have, and I think that's part of the problem.
And they are, and I don't get it. It's not rocket science, is it, Kereakos? I mean, everyone's talking about it. It must be. My only conclusion is it's the consultants around the elected officials or to candidates, because no matter who they trot out, they're horrible messengers.
I agree. I think you're exactly right. I think they have some old school people on board that they can't let go of, and they're not willing to try what's happening now. Look what President Obama and his campaign did. I mean, they used every single possible method to reach out to the voters, and that's how he got reelected. I mean, they went out and they searched in places where nobody would think of looking. They did every single thing: grassroots efforts, phone calls, personalized messaging, door knocking. I mean, this is what gets it done, and they won't do it. I tried to reach out to some of the campaign managers in this last election. They didn't want to hear anything about it. They're like, no, we know what we're doing. Well, you don't know what you're doing until you get on board. And if you want to take some lessons, look at the Obama administration. He knows how to market, and he's doing a great job.
All right, Kereakos, Zuras, it's a troubling story. We appreciate you joining us. He's been blaming you and your former boss for the last 5 years. At some point, that's got to end. 4 out of 5 Americans face joblessness or poverty. It's horrible. And let's hope some of these consultants start listening to you.
I agree. Thanks for having me.
All right, I'm Rick Amato. I want to thank you for joining us, and I want to thank you, our viewers, for watching and not listening. Have a good night, everybody.